Hello and welcome back. So what stock actually returned over 1,700% in the last 13 years? You're going to be shocked to find out what it is. I'm also going to go over 3 other stocks beyond that we have massive returns that are very common stocks. Stay tuned. All right, let's get started. So the first stock is going to be one again that returned 1,750%, 1,750 over the last 13 years. It's a stock you're going to kick yourself with because you use it every day, and you're just going to be pretty surprised about it. The other 3 are also very, very common stocks, and they've all returned massive returns over the last either 3 to, let's say, 10 years. And they're stocks you're going to kick yourself on again because you know that people use them, you know that people are always looking for these products, but you probably didn't invest in them because you had no idea. So we're going to go through all these different stocks. Now, the question I'm going to cover is I'm going to go through the graphs of the stocks. I'm going to show everyone what they're all about. I'm also going to show you what the past did, obviously, if it has any dividends and things like that. But really what the analysts say for the future. Are they actually projecting it to go up or down or stay about stagnant? So we're going to take a look at that to see if these massive gains are still sustainable in today's market. Obviously, we're hitting a little bit of a headwind here in the last few days, but obviously it's been a great year so far in 2019, so it just depends on how you look at everything. These are stocks basically that if you did invest in them, you're going to be looking something like this. And if you didn't, you may be looking something like this. Alrighty, so the first stock that I want to go through is actually going to be MasterCard. So MasterCard's a stock we all use, and let's get into it, and I'm going to show you a little bit about this one. Alright, so the one stock that you're kicking yourself with is MasterCard right here. It's basically MA is the stock symbol. It's $269.45. Looks like it had a little bit of a rough day in the last day, but take a look at this over the course of the last 13 years. So again, this is the stock I'm talking about that went up over 1,750% over 13 years. Look at this. Down back in 2006, it was down to, well, actually, let's go a little bit further. It was $4.49 a share. Now it's up to almost $300, which is an incredible run, obviously, for this stock. And look at the dividend yield down here. It's small, but you're still getting that on top of everything. Now, this is a stock that obviously, if you put some money into like $10,000, you can do the math on that. 1,750% is incredible. So let's go ahead and take a look what they think about this stock here in the future. I always use, I use a lot of different symbols or different types of websites to figure this out, but I'm just going to show you one just for simplicity right now. This is on Market Watch, but basically they still recommend this as a buy. The average target price is $303, so another, it's $269 now, so it's another big upside. And then basically out of all these different people that have actually, said buy or hold, 30 say buy, 5 say it's overweight, only 2 say hold, and only 1 says maybe possibly sell. So another great stock to look at. All right, so the second stock that we're actually going to go through is going to be Intuit. They actually do a lot of financial type software and things, things like QuickBooks and things like that. Now, keep in mind though that they actually had a transition into the cloud recently. A lot of their stuff was done on disk and things like that maybe 10 years ago, and everything had to be moved to the cloud. So that's where they are now. But this is going to be another one that's got a massive increase in their profits, and let's get through this one as well. All right, so the second one is going to be Intuit Company. It's INTU, and look at this, $274.64. It's very similar to the last stock. And in fact, if you look over here, back in 1994, it was down to around $2, $2.90. It's up over almost $300 again. So incredibly close to the other stock. In the last, it looks like 5 years. Just in the last 5 years, it's returned 268% in the last 5 years. I'm sorry. It does have a 0.68 dividend, which gives you some added income there. But that's actually incredible. The amount of obviously the returns you're getting on this stock that you've heard of it, but you just never really thought about it. This also, just the company in general, the revenue, it's been returning basically 13%. It's increased in revenue in just the last 2 years. It's each year has been an increase of 13% of revenue. So its revenue is jumping by leaps and bounds. Now, if we look at the actual Market Watch again on this, it's not as clear. It says overweight. What they're recommending is it's 259, 260. It's at 274. So it looks like they may see it go down a little bit short term. But if you look down at the analyst recommendations, same thing. it's basically, there's a lot more people buying and holding than actually selling. So it's 12 buy, 8 hold, and 3 to sell. So still, this is kind of mixed signals. I think this stock's got some potential with the amount of the increases in the revenue. It just can't continue this crazy. But this is an incredible stock as well that you may be kicking yourself about. All right, so the third one's going to be CSX, and as you well know, maybe you don't, but that's a huge railroad company, and it's one of those things that are, a lot of times not really that attractive to invest in because you just don't know a lot about it. But let's go ahead and take a look at these massive profits that this returned. It looks like it's been over the last even 3 years, it's returned massive gains on this. So let's dive into this and see if this one continues. All right, the third one is a railroad company. It's CSX Corporation right here. It's CSX is the symbol, 6712. This has a 1.43 dividend, so a little bit better dividend. Again, same kind of picture here. Obviously this is 1984. It was 1.92, but even back in 2006, we're at $9. It's up to over $67. We had a little bit of a couple rough bumps here, but it looks like the upward trend is still going way up. In fact, in the last 3 years, it's returned close to 180% in about 3 years here. So look at it, is down to 46% here. Actually down. I think you have to go down here, so it's 24 down here. So it's a huge jump from 2016 to 2019. Great stock again. Definitely take a look at this. The trends are very similar. I mean, it has some downturns every once in a while, but the total trend is up. If you look at what the analysts say, again, this is overweight. So they're actually projecting this to go up to about 78.95 in the shorter term. And if you look down at the analyst recommendations, 7 say buy, 3 say it's overweight, 14 hold. So definitely on the upside, and only 1 says sell. So again, if you like railroads, you don't think that it's going to be going away anytime soon. Great company. They pretty much have the market, and invest in CSX. All right, and the last one I want to go through that's had pretty massive returns over the last 10 years is something that we probably all eat on a weekly basis: Mickey D's, McDonald's. So the last one here is McDonald's, and this one again's got massive returns. Let's go ahead and take a look at the max here. Back in 2009 it was $56. Now it's $214. So over 10 years, look at the return on that, a massive amount of return. And obviously, even short term, it's going straight up. So it's a great stock. It also carries a way higher dividend at 2.16%, so you can't beat that as well. It's a great dividend, great return on your money. So obviously, the symbol here, just to give it to you, is MCD also, just in case you need that. So McDonald's is one of those things, again, you kick yourself. You always want to think you're going to, when is it going to go down? Should I invest in it? Should I not invest in it? You keep waiting and waiting. If you look at the analyst estimate, basically, it does say overweight again, so it's 214.50. They're kind of estimating 232.04 is the stock price to go up short term. Again, if you look at the analyst recommendations, really heavy in the top. It's 22 buy, 2 overweight, 7 hold, and 0 sell. So it's basically one of those things that looks like it's going up. You just never know in stocks, but something that obviously, if you missed the boat, maybe, but the boat might be still going in the right direction. Alrighty. Thanks again for watching. I hope this opens your eyes to these stocks. I mean, obviously all stocks are going to be have the potential to go up and down, but these are stocks that open your eyes because you're probably thinking, man, I know about these products, people use them every day, but I just missed the boat on these. Well, hopefully the video shows you, what the analysts say moving forward. Is it going to continue this? Can it continue this type of increase? If it does, obviously you can make a lot of money at this stuff. And so take a look at these. Obviously, do your own research. I never recommend stocks to anyone. I always tell people that. One of the reasons I say that is because everyone's in a different financial situation, and stocks aren't good for everyone. You always can lose money on them and maybe can't have enough time to recover. So do your own research on all these stocks for sure, but I do think that these have been great picks, but obviously that doesn't mean they will be in the future. Anyways, also, if you guys can help me out, I'm trying to get my subscriber rate up. I'm up to about 350, 400, somewhere in there. If you can please hit the like button and also subscribe to my channel. I make tech videos also. I do Mac products, PC products. I do travel, and then I do a lot of investing. So if you can help me out, hit the like button. It's really going to help me in the end. So I look forward to it. I'll talk to you guys. I do a couple videos a week. I'll see you soon.